colossal. It's amazing.
I got it.
It's stupendous. Oops. It's ridiculous. Yes, the football follies are back.
Hi, I'm Steve Sable, and welcome to our latest collection of football's greatest bloopers and blunders. Some 20 years ago, NFL Films pioneered the first sports follies film of any kind, and today, the football bloopers are more popular than ever. Now, the player of the 1980s is, as the cliche goes, bigger, stronger, and faster than the players of the past. But that hasn't stopped today's stars from committing some of the most outrageous mistakes ever seen on a football field. Now, for the next hour, you're going to see the very latest in football follies. Moves not likely to be celebrated at next summer's coaching clinics. Ridiculous plays that should never have left the drawing board. Flea flickers that flickered briefly, then died. You've got a front row seat for some madcap moments that the players themselves would prefer you'd forget.
In pro football, the quarterback is the undisputed center of the universe. He gets paid the big bucks. We hang on his every word. We yearn to see his feats of daring do. But sometimes, at the moment of truth, this godlike prince of passers gets a rude awakening. Hulking defenders with big biceps and bad breath can send nervous quarterbacks rapidly in reverse. The knees grow weak, the turf gets slick, and down go our peerless passers. And sometimes their grip on the football is less than ironclad. But who can blame the quarterback when his receivers are also cursed with hands that go clank in the night? A friendly round of pitch and catch can rapidly become a game of hide and seek. And sometimes, embarrassment is the least of a clumsy receiver's problems. Yet, the most feared enemy of the passing game is the bad bounce. An unwelcome bit of nasty luck for any aerial attack. Bad bounces can happen just about anywhere.
Much obliged, sir.
To just about anybody.
Thanks, chum.
So, beware of the bad bounce, a bumbling bit of buffoonery that can really backfire.
Nothing can happen in a football game until the center hikes the ball. But once that snap is made, almost anything can occur. And sometimes it isn't what the coaching staff had in mind. Now, the physical act of snapping the ball seems quite easy. I mean, the center just passes the ball between his legs to the quarterback. That doesn't sound very hard. But sometimes, even this simple skill gets fouled up and sets off some of the wildest bloopers on a football field.
Taking a snap from the center, you know, it's supposed to be the easiest thing to do. Sometimes you take it for granted.
It doesn't take very much to make it go wrong, and you don't have to be off by much to botch a center snap. People think it's an easy thing, and it should be something that's very consistent.
"95 out of 100 times when there's a mistake, it's the quarterback's mistake. The quarterback sees a blitz coming and wants to get out a half second early, and instead of hitting him in the palm, the ball hits him on the end of the fingers. Quarterbacks forget the snap count. They get up there and think it's on 3 when in reality, and they called it on 2.
But there's times when you get up there and you see people walking around and you're 155, 155, hut, the guy snapped the ball and you're like, wow, man, I forgot the snap count.
The center has snapped that ball 10 million times. It's relatively simple. It's just an upward motion, and you hit yourself in the butt with the ball. That's tough to screw up. When the mistake is made, by and large, it's made by the quarterback.
77! Ball.
But the centers always blame the quarterbacks, and the quarterbacks always blame the centers.
Oh, it's always the center's fault when that happens. When people at home should know that. Anytime that the ball is fumbled, it's always the center's fault.
Regardless of whose fault, the center is usually blamed. We have it, it's 90-10. 90% the center's fault, 10% the quarterbacks.
In the shotgun, it's a lot more obvious when there's an errant snap. I mean, if you snap it low on the ground or you snap it over his head, it's obvious. I've snapped him sometimes when we've missed snap counts and it's hit him in the stomach, but he was looking the other way. And other times I've hit him right in the hand and he's dropped it. So it's a lot more obvious in the shotgun who's screwed up than it is when the quarterback's underneath the center.
Shotgun again. Kramer loses the snap. Manley's back there, grabs it in the air, and he's gone. Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
We were playing Dallas in a crucial game last year. We had the ball down in around the 20-yard line. We take it in for a touchdown score. We're going to go into the playoffs. We snap it over his head. I'd say that affected that game. Earlier in the year, we were playing against San Diego, and we snapped the ball at sort of a right angle. I don't know how that happened.
One year we're doing a pass protection drill during training camp, and I wasn't participating for whatever reason. And we always would snap it. We'd have a guy there playing quarterback. Well, I'm absent-mindedly snapping it over and over and over. Well, all of a sudden, Hannafin wanted to move into the shotgun formation. And I just wasn't paying any attention at all, so I'm leaned over the football, and Hannafin goes, hut, hut! And on that second hut, I snapped the football, but I forgot I didn't have a quarterback. And let me tell you something. When you rocket that ball up into your groin, and there ain't nobody there with his hands to catch it, it's a disastrous set of events. Go! Hut, hut, boom! I go right over, and I'm on the ground with my knees on my chest for 5 minutes. And I didn't talk in the same voice for a week.
We asked the guys around the NFL to, come on, make a funny face. Funny faces are cute, but true NFL artistry lies elsewhere. Players all over the league are no longer content simply to make a spectacular touchdown. When the scoring's done, bring on the fun. This, the emphatic promise of football entertainers everywhere. The traditional ball in the stands remains popular. A simple bow to the gallery is often sufficient for the more modest athlete. Some end zone celebrations are, frankly, unplanned events. And spiking rituals exist even for those who don't make the catch.
Oh, boy.
But even a picture-perfect reception does not guarantee a picture-perfect spike. Some, obviously, still need practice, but not these fellows, the twinkle-toed champions of end-zone choreography. But of all the post-touchdown celebrations, this may be the one fans like best.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday! It's drop kick drag strip. Football auto racing like never before. Speed and fire, hairpin turn, roaring in, funny cars and Zambonis. Sunday, Sunday! See Rory Big Daddy Henshaw race football, golf carts, and helmet cars at lightning speed. Thrills galore when daredevils laugh at death as they break the sound barrier. Insane! It's football racing at its finest. Don't be left behind. Sunday, Sunday! Zoom on down for Dropkick Drag Strip, the hottest thing on wheels.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of NFL Blooper Ballet. Tonight's selection, the Melancholy Men of Autumn. In the first movement, our heroes vainly leap into hostile arms. Soon the footballs, too, are falling like autumn leaves. The air chills, the winds grow stronger, and the football remains ever elusive. And soon our heroes face even far greater peril. Despair and anger plague the land. The men of autumn are now truly melancholy. But as the final act begins, a gallant band of rogues rides to the rescue. The once cursed footballs now fall from the sky like manna from heaven, and our heroes have saved the day.
You know, wearing this referee's uniform is going to be the closest I ever want to come to officiating an NFL game. It's got to be one of the toughest, most thankless jobs in sports. Nobody loves you, everybody hates you, at least some of the time, and the whole world knows that they could do a better job calling a game than you could. And unfortunately, many who share that opinion occupy the stadium sidelines, always ready to correct a mistake or offer their opinions. Now, refs may whistle while they work, but believe me, there's little joy in their jobs when angry players and coaches are eager to show them the error of their ways.
Come on, you see 88 holding out there. God, what you gonna do, stand there and let him hold?
Players scream in one ear, fans in the other.
Must have brought these referees from Kmart.
But for officials, it's battles with coaches that truly test their souls.
Hey, Ron, if you don't call them for taunting like that, you're going to get a hell of a fight on your hands, and it'll be your fault. They can't taunt you like that in your face. It's against the rules. I guess next week you'll call it.
Way up here, way up here. Oh, hey, the spot. He's up here, sir. Hey, it's a terrible spot. Give me an 80. That's a bad spot. Right over here is where he is, darlings. I think if the average fan that went in and bought the ticket ever knew all the conversations that went on the sideline, would be truly amazed at things that are said. Hey, the ball hadn't been kicked! And we have a good conversation going on with most of these people, and I think we look forward to seeing them, and they look forward to having a little conversation with us each Sunday. Who called that pass interference over there? Give me the name of the guy that called that pass interference. Feeling bad for them or sorry for them, totally impossible. Totally impossible.
That was out of bounds. That was out of bounds. Come on! Come on! Come on! Damn it!
I'm going to tell you now, they're tackling our guys on pass protection. Talk to that damn umpire. Left tackle, the left tackle.
If you've been around a while, they know who you are. But some of the newer fellas are in the league, and what they do is they take the program, and when they want to talk to you, they look at your number and then look on the program and they say, "Hey, Ed." You know, they call you by your first name, like your old schoolmates or something.
Hey, Joe!
Hey, Jerry!
Hey, Jimmy. We're having a little problem with the center moving the ball forward when he goes down and takes snaps. So just maybe you could just check that. Appreciate it.
The easiest thing in the world is to stick a player 15 yards, or a coach. The toughest thing is to make him keep quiet without the 15.
Hey, can I tell you one thing? That's 3 holding penalties on one football team in a quarter and a half. That ain't funny.
Normally, they'll listen. But if you give them your hand, they'll take your arm.
Hey, Airman! Hey, you over-officious jerk!
A flag on the field is blood in the water. A frenzied dialogue ensues, and thus begins the psychological game within the game.
You have to decide which tack, which course you're going to take with the officials. Are you diplomatic? Do you try to work on their emotions of, hey, I may have missed that one, he's a nice guy, I'll try to even it up down the line? Or do you tear him apart? Hey, Tom, Holmes, number 47 on their defense, he's got stickum all over his arms now, guys.
Vaseline.
There's Vaseline, all kinds of
That means if he would run out of bounds just like that, you'd have called it a complete pass. That's bull. You know it.
You guys made an error there. That was a lateral from upstairs. We didn't see it either, but it was a lateral, that last pass.
If you talk to him and you tell him what's happening, then he'll pay attention to you. Now, if you use 4-letter words or swear at him a little bit, you may not get much response.
35. I thought that was against the rules. Putting that wave up there in the crowd. There, huh? Let's get a penalty on the.
He cannot take his helmet off and throw the helmet anywhere on the field of play.
That's
not a chicken.
It is a chicken call.
We got a guy on the sideline. He says to me, "Get your team back." You know, the restraining area. I said, "What do you think? I'm an usher working in a movie theater with a flashlight? What are you talking about? Referee the game." He said, "This is your second warning." I said, "You gotta be kidding."
I tell you, that son of a gun down there, he's just looking to throw the flag.
I told the guy after the game, I said, "It's unbelievable. I want you to know one thing. I'm thankful that Pete Rozelle hires handicapped people."
Sometimes things go wrong. For example, I know one time I was in Philadelphia and I had to go to the bathroom. And it was real cold, and I couldn't wait, and I ran off the field. And I got back maybe 5 plays later, came back on. One guy asked me where I was. I told him I had to go to the bathroom. And no one really noticed it until I came back.
Hey, that's a hell of an official right there. The guy calls him right. He's not afraid to make a call. Not afraid to make a call. That's a hell of a job. Good job, Leo.
There's probably 600 million Chinese in this world that don't care, and they're not worried about this game at all. Tomorrow, you and I are going to, get up and we're going to live, and the Chinese, they're going to be out planting their rice, and everything's going to be fine.
Well, verbal abuse is one thing, but how about the physical beating these guys take? Other than a little tape on the ankles, they have no protection. You say, what physical beating? Well, did you ever feel like the head pin on the bowling alley of life? And everyone is rolling strikes? Like so many bowling pins, these sitting ducks are scattered and splattered each week across the landscape of the NFL. Sooner or later, they all end up on their backs. That is, unless their superior athletic ability keeps them out of the firing line. These men must have dancing feet to survive. But even Michael Jackson cannot escape the inevitable. These men without pads or helmets have a remarkable resiliency. So why are these men hunted down like armadillos in the desert? Or even abused by armadillos themselves? What's going on? Have these people and things no compassion for the trusty tribunes in black and white? Outweighed by 100 pounds, these mediators frequently find themselves at the center of other extracurricular activities as well. Frankly, the end result of these zebra hunts is not a pretty sight. The referee is fast becoming an endangered species. It is a situation that should not be allowed to continue.
I'm still 4 years away from Social Security. Get me the commissioner. Hey, commish, we're getting laid out down here. You gotta call off the dog so we walk. Okay, that's it. We got the word from the top. You guys have gotta cut it out.
Well, you're standing in the way. What do you want me to do?
Well, at first, the players didn't buy it. But fan reaction was unprecedented in favor of the refs. Support came from the most unlikely types. The outpouring of emotion became so intense that the players had no choice but to repent and relent.
Here, sir, please allow us to help you up.
There, that's better now, isn't it?
Mr. Referee, sir, may I have your shirt pressed? I'll have it back to you by the third quarter.
Oh, let me get that hat for you.
By the way, that was a fine call you made earlier. I knew I was wrong all along.
What a guy. Was this sudden change of heart merely an act? There were those who were skeptical. But as time went on, the players went overboard to express their heartfelt thanks to the same men they once abused so unmercifully. How long will this love affair last? No man can say. But one thing is certain. The benevolent brotherhood of referees will forever remain united as one. Unlike most department stores, there is no place to return bad kick returns. And that's a darn shame.
Oh my gosh.
Some of them start out okay, but then disaster strikes.
Wow.
Whoa! And some returners might be better off finding another line of work.
Whoa, Nelly!
Drop kicks sure seem to attract a crowd. And sometimes these hotshot speed boys simply have to learn when to say when.
Stop!
You know, the best approach of all might just come from this fellow.
Hey, thanks, buddy.
Tired of battling the free world when you go shopping? Fed up with fighting over who spotted the last VCR left in stock? Sick of people buying 50 items butting in front of you in the express checkout? Well, if you've had it, march out of that crowded mall and join the millions who just turn on their TV and call one of our courteous operators who say...
Hello, Home Shoppers League.
Sorry, lady, you can't order the orange juicer until the item's on the screen.
Some of the items we'll be offering this morning are 4, no, make that 3, combination kettle drum outdoor barbecues. And later on the Jewelry Hour, our 24-karat Super Bowl rings, retailing for $3,000 in stores, but for home shopping leaguers, a mere $3.98.
Listen, if you want the orange juicer, you'll just have to wait till it comes up later in the show. Please be patient, pal.
Well, that seems to be about it for the Super Bowl rings. Next up, shoppers, it's a 2-for-1 super bargain. For the low, low price of $3.99, you get the game day jacket worn by the pros in the team of your choice. And the 5,000-watt helmet blaster, the jam box players turn on when they want to get down. Get the jacket and helmet blaster, the bargain of the day.
Back off, buddy. Everyone wants the orange juicer, but you can't just call in. You gotta wait till it's on your TV. You're out of luck.
Finally, here it is, the Hall of Fame Orange Juice Squeezer. We've got thousands of them, but they're going fast. Yours for only $2.99. The lines are open, so get yours right now.
It's time now for us to blast off and boldly go where no man has gone before. At least not in the football Follies film, anyway. You know, when I was growing up in the 50s, I always wanted to put on a spacesuit like this and then rocket into the sky, just like they did in those bad old science fiction movies you'd see at Saturday matinees. And then maybe I'd do battle with the terrible toad monsters of Pluto. Now, I wonder what might happen if aliens from another world entered the Earth's atmosphere and instead of landing their spaceship in the desert somewhere, landed their spaceship in an NFL stadium. Now, that would be a science fiction movie with both extraterrestrials and extra points.
For centuries, man was undisturbed by alien life forms from other worlds. But when a blazing sphere in the sky finally descended upon Earth, the planet's inhabitants gazed with both curiosity and dread. The visitors came in the form of balloon-like pods fluttering to the ground and into stadiums. Would these outsiders be friend or foe? The pods gravitated to the bleachers, where they seemed to mix with the fans in a friendly manner. But soon, something peculiar began to happen. Strange creatures suddenly appeared, and some fans' minds were taken over by these intruders. Before long, these mutants had multiplied 100-fold, and the bleachers were under their total control. The fans were now their captives. The players hid from the aliens' hypnotic gaze, and many fled the stadiums, paralyzed with fear. But then, a strange thing occurred. Just as the bleacher creatures appeared to be in command, they mysteriously staggered, then grew violently ill. By dawn, they had disintegrated to virtually nothing. The reason for their demise: strong tailgate food and stadium concessions. While Earthlings had built up an immunity to these spicy concoctions over the centuries, the mixture proved too powerful for the unprepared aliens. The few surviving pods quickly left the Earth's atmosphere to return to their own galaxy. And on this planet, there was much rejoicing. The bleacher creatures had left for good. Or had they? The NFL sidelines are certainly no place for the faint of heart.
Watch out!
Watch your step!
So dangerous are the bench areas that players may soon have to follow this fellow's example. The sidelines probably are the safest place if your coach happens to draw up some bonehead trick play he swears will work. As soon as you hear one of these gadget calls can't miss, that's a sure sign for big trouble.
Oh, no!
got it, I got it. I ain't got it.
Whoa!
Nice going, pal.
Every Sunday, rabid football fans turn NFL stadiums into the world's biggest Halloween parties. Obviously, these very sick people are only too happy to appear in the football bloopers. But we wondered if the players themselves were as eager to pop up in the Follies. So we dispatched the NFL Films camera crews to find out.
There's a possibility it'll happen. I mean, if you play long enough, something's going to happen that can end up on one of those films, and you know, I could save it short to my grandkids, so it wouldn't be all bad.
I love the Follie films. I watch them when they're on all the time. I'm trying to get my kids to sit down and watch them. It's fun to watch films of great athletes making mistakes. And, you know, if that bothers some of the guys, then I think they're taking themselves too seriously.
Yeah, they're making fun of me. I don't appreciate it. I remember last year I took the ball from Doug Williams. They talking about I look like a big Mack truck running down the field. I'm not a Mack truck. I'm a human being. I don't appreciate that. Oh, he's short to the whole world. It's not funny. Not funny at all.
A guest shot in the Follies can leave you breathless. But the guys who seem to show up most are those fellas who kick the football. Or try to kick the football. Even when a kicker is asked to do nothing, he can't even do nothing right. And sometimes our strong-legged friends should remember that discretion is the better part of valor. A wise saying to remember: place kickers score points. Punters don't. At least, they're not supposed to. Well, so much for wise sayings.
Our time is just about up for this latest installment of NFL Football Follies, and we've certainly seen plenty of plays that have started out harmlessly enough, only to transform themselves into coaches' nightmares. But before we bring down the curtain, it may be appropriate to finish this collection with some plays that start off as a stink bomb, but somehow, some way, end up smelling like a rose. Like Inspector Clouseau from the Pink Panther movies, NFL athletes have proved it is possible to bumble your way to success, thus giving many unlucky football players a chance to truly have the last laugh.
Spotlight on pro football, a sport where mind maneuvers muscle. Throughout NFL history, carefully calculated strategy has resulted in clever, cunning plays such as this one.
Hey, buddy boy, throw it behind you. I'm sprinting behind you.
NFL strategy sessions recall the hallowed halls of academia.
I know the answer.
And the head coach is the learned professor.
We'll want a play that will get our Weskowy Wookie wide receiver open for remarkable reception.
The chalkboard chess game remains a challenge for today's glamorous gridiron gladiators.
I say, boy, I've got a great play here. Pay attention, boy. Our quarterback is going to fall in his rump. Then he's going to get up and throw a touchdown.
Stopper stumbles as he goes back to pass, goes down, gets up, and now cranks up, throws a deep bomb to Butler. He's got it!
In pro football, imitation is the sincerest form of strategy.
Welcome to an NFL huddle. If a team screws up here, they'll wind up looking like a bunch of dumb bunnies. Great thundering field goals, man. Let them block that consarn kick. Then run the dang thing into the end zone.
The kick is blocked. And Landry tried to recover. It rolls free. The Colts have it. And it's going to be pulled out of bounds. And lateraled around. Landry to the 5. Landry is going in for a touchdown.
Great call!
Just like the coach said it would.
The man's a genius.
Sideline communication is the first link in any offensive chain reaction.
Throw the ball downfield, but let him intercept. This'll lull him to sleep. Hey, coach, you kill me.
Now here's O'Brien, back to pass, looking long. He heaves it down the middle, and it's going to be intercepted. And then grabbed away by Sony.
Quarterback and coach don't always see eye to eye.
Now, let me get this straight. You want me to fumble the snap, chase the ball around, then pick it up and throw?
Precisely.
Dumb. D-U-M, dumb.
And so, another brilliantly designed deceptive play was born.
Scramble for it, nearly fielded by the Rams. Craig gets it back of the 20, throws it in the end zone, touchdown, off the ring! I don't believe it!
These are plays that reveal the crafty, creative art of camouflage at its very best. Plays designed to start with a whimper, then end with a big, big bang.
Second and goal from the 1. Jones in motion. Handoff Perryman. Fumbles the football. Recovered by Stevens for a touchdown.
Pro football at its best has always recalled Shakespeare's immortal line. The play is the thing. And without the play, a pumped-up pigskin is nothing more than an empty bladder.
Did I hear somebody say pigskin?